Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Tom Slivick with Keith Sweet. How you doing, Keith?
Hey, Tom. Just fine.
Council member. Aren't you the vice mayor?
No.
No.
County Gonzalez.
You finally, we're no longer the vice mayor?
I haven't been.
Now
I
you're
was
going to tell
vice
me you
mayor
haven't
last
been
year.
Okay, all right, good.
I
Time
know,
flies,
I
baby.
know, yeah, well, they chose county this time.
Okay, we're talking about how time's flying and everything like that. I took a clip up at Vista Point Thursday, and by the weekend, by Monday, I noticed, oh my gosh, look at these places are slamming blocks up there.
They are
so
moving.
we're going to run a clip. We'll start off with the Thursday clip, and we'll talk about at the same time. We'll just run the whole clip, and we can talk about the history of Vista Point getting this new facelift. So why don't you tell us how it happened, Keith?
Well, actually, how it happened was I was working on writing a grant for the Kennedy Wheels.
Right.
And the gentleman from Caltrans who was involved in that process volunteered to come up and assist us, take a look at the project and see if what he could do. And he went to Vista Point accidentally and thought that's where we were going to be meeting. And while we were discussing the Kennedy Tailing Wheels grant application, he said, the Department of Natural Resources is coming out with some grants, which they do every year, that upgrading this Vista Point might qualify for it. In fact, it does qualify for it. And I think you ought to apply for a grant for that, tie the two together, because you can see the Kennedy Wheels Park from Vista Point, and there's a lot of history you can see from Vista Point. So we took his suggestion, and Mike Daly and I wrote the application for this grant for Vista Point. We got $326,000 to modernize it.
Okay. And Alan, when that clip runs out, there's a clip that I just took this morning, and why don't we see that so we can see a lot of the work they've done. Now, most people, have probably seen the work, because if you're driving 49 and 88, you can't miss it.
Right.
In fact, Jackson is coming very much alive with new building, but when we see the park down there being, the baseball diamond, and now the whole park being taken on,
Correct.
Renovated, along with the swimming pool, there's a lot of action in Jackson.
There is, and starting possibly tomorrow, they'll be at Court Street. They'll be starting to tear that up, intersection of Court Street and Highway 88. So there'll be another project going on.
I think they're working on that a little bit already.
Are they?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't get caught in it. I changed my driving pattern, but that's great. So it looks, like things are picking up here in Jackson.
Well, we have we're out to bid on the Kennedy Tailing Wheels, and that's a $700,000 project. So almost $1 million worth of grant money applications, and which we've received, all of which will be spent right here in Jackson. So we're pretty happy about that.
All right. So it's been spent here too. I noticed when I went up today, I don't know who all the work crew. I didn't talk to the work crew
it's John Allen Construction John Allen Construction out of Calaveras County. They won the bid.
Okay, but I did. Sweet Pea's got its Sweet Pea outlet there.
Oh yeah. Tolman Anderson did the surveying, and lots of other things going on.
Also, I saw, I believe it's Short Circuit Electric.
Right.
Was out there. That he's always involved in projects. I wouldn't be surprised if he just isn't volunteering up there.
He could very well be. I don't know.
Heck of a volunteer. Okay.
But it is an excellent project. The focus of that grant for Vista Point, it had to be tied to a highway project, and so we tied it to the 49 bypass. And our proposal was that people bypass Amador City and Sutter Creek, visitors, people traveling down Highway 49, kind of accidentally, and they miss a lot of Gold Country history. So when Vista Point is completed, there'll be 6 or 7 informational signage on there, that interpretive signage that will tell about. Well, one thing, it'll try to redirect people back to Sutter Creek, back to Amador City, via the Wheels Park out Jackson Gate Road.
Okay, that'll be great.
So that was how we got the grant.
Right, and not only that, but Vista Point. It's been a while since I've been up there, so I kind of forgot. But there's all kinds of monuments already up there.
There are. There's a monument. Obviously, there's a memorial up there for veterans.
The big one, right?
For big ones. There's a
some plaques,
plaque for Argonaut and the Kennedy Mine. There's one for the fact that that particular point overlooks an agricultural testing area that was started in 1888. We're going to move the Caminetti Monument, which is now located, across from True Value Hardware there on that funny intersection.
We used to say it was like at that the grassy spot by Prospect Motors.
Right. Well, we're going to take that and move that up there. Caminetti was kind of the father of Highway 88, and it's a perfect place for that monument.
Okay, it's going to be a swell place to go. Now, there used to be signage up there. I can remember Ralph Merzlack made the sign that goes in the. It almost looks like a pagoda now, since nothing's there. But that
the little archway there,
right? That archway. And is there going to be signage in there? Will that come back in, or that's where some of that interpretive signage will go?
Well, actually, I don't know if you've had up yet the layout of the.
We have, but it's line art, and it's probably hard to see, and it's rather large, but it gives an overview.
Let me try to describe it. It's from the driveway area. That's level 1, and that's the level that arch is on.
Okay.
And then there's a step down, both steps as well as a ramp for ADA compliance.
Okay.
Down to level number 2. At level number 2, there's a wall, and on that wall will be this interpretive signage.
Okay.
So it as a viewing point. Then there's another wall being built further on down in case kids are playing there and a ball runs out. It won't go out onto the highway.
And what's great about that, when I moved up here, I said, when they build new parks and stuff around here, especially where I live up, and what we need is like flat and level cement stuff. We've got all kinds of everything looks like a park where we are and around here. So it was nice they're making more area flat for people to stand, do whatever it is that they're doing while they're up there as well.
And just
45 seconds.
Very quickly, I want to thank Hospice of Amador and Calaveras County. They allowed us to trench up the hill and tie into their water at the moment, and in the future their electricity. Also, the Amador American Legion Post 108 riders they've donated a new ADA compliant picnic table, and we're putting solar lighting on there so that the flag can fly 24/7. So, and the entire parking lot will be solar lit as well. And there'll be a water fountain. It's just a total redone. And somewhere in the near future, of course, Jackson will put their
okay, we've got to go. We can talk a little bit more when we come back. Stay with us. We'll be back with Keith Sweet right after this break. You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.